Okay, welcome back. We're turning our attention to the dual governorship elections, the forthcoming election. So we've got Dr. Angela Asom, who is the Labour Party governorship aspirant for the state. Also, we have Gideon Ikene, who is the APC governorship aspirant for Edo State, as well as Dr. Angela Asom. Thank you both for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to start with you, Dr. Asom. So, why did you decide to join this race?
For the love of Edo State and for the love of my people, and a firm belief that in all that I have been given, I can make a difference.
So you had to leave the practice, and then, is this a strange feeling for you, leaving the practice and then coming in? Or have you ventured into politics at any time before?
In the United States, I was a strong supporter of President Barack Obama. I was actually precinct chair for my area because we were campaigning because we wanted to see him win. So that's the extent that I have been in politics. But it's a calling. It's time. It's time for me to do something.
So are you here for good, or are you going back to Texas afterwards?
First of all, I'm Nigerian. Nigeria is the best place to be in the world. Also a U.S. citizen as well. I've lived in China. I'm a resident of the Republic of Panama. I traveled through the Caribbean, all over South Africa. I believe that I should have a choice for where I want to live at any point in time. But Nigeria is home. So I've never left, even when I've been physically away, and I'll never leave. But I will have a choice, and I will provide a choice to all for where they want to live at any point in their lives. This is the freedom.
All right, but for you, Mr. Ikene, you've been Deputy Director General for the re-election of Governor Obaseki. You were in his party until you resigned and then moved on. In fact, you were also an aspirant at some point in PDP. You vied for that ticket. And then you're in APC now. How's that happening?
Well, thanks for having me here today. Let me start by telling you that when you have a vision and you have the passion to push your vision until you see it realized, you really cannot give up on it.
Not even Mr. Obaseki can stop you.
Well, if you just said something. I was the foremost aspirant for PDP. The forerunner was the only aspirant at the point in time that I've been to all the local government, all the world. I live with the people. I interface with them, and I see their pain, and I relate with their pain. But at that time, you know, when a party establishment decides to take a decision, don't forget that's why it's a party. There are things the leaders will see that you won't see. If I didn't give that opportunity to Obaseki then, and I went on to win, people would have been saying, oh, by this time, Nigeria would have been looking like paradise. So you respect the party leadership, and they realize they have made mistake.
Yeah, but
so that passion, that vision is still alive. And there's no other platform you can realize that other than APC.
So how come they didn't think or see that you can actually clinch this? They had to let you go.
I'll tell you something. Politics, people play politics in this country. It's a sad situation. People play politics because of what they believe, who has the biggest purse. They saw him as a sitting governor. They didn't see the reason why he was thrown away, where he was coming from. So they voted for the money, they followed him for the money. But the vision I had, when he came to PDP, then I asked him, what is your vision for Edo State? He couldn't give me a vision statement.
The current governor?
Yes, he couldn't give me a vision statement. I asked him that question up to 4 times.
Was this while you were his Deputy Director General?
Well, at the time, I felt that he would be able to translate my vision to bring our people out of darkness. But rather, he has sunk the state deeper in a very terrible situation.
So you regret being his Director General?
I don't have any regret. I didn't do it for him. I did it for my people. I did it for people of Edo State.
So, what's your vision?
My vision is to make Edo State a destination of first choice for any person coming to Africa through industry, agriculture, transportation, and tourism revolution.
What's your vision,
Doctor? An Edo State that works for everyone. An Edo State where fear from hunger, poverty, kidnappings, harassment, and all kinds of ills that we experience today. My vision is an Edo State where all of that is eliminated.
Okay, Dr. Som and Mr. Hine, it sounds like your vision is you just use different words for more or less the same thing, an Edo State for everyone. But let's come back to you, Dr. Som. You've not ventured into politics in the Nigerian space, and you just came in straight for the #1 seat. That's daring.
Because I believe that I can do it. I've seen everyone doing it.
I thought I was going to add, is that what doctors do?
Well, I was trained to analyze, make a diagnosis, and try to treat. This is exactly what I've been doing. I haven't come in straight. I've been back to Nigeria all the years I've been away, minimum 2, 3. You call me and I'm here. It can be for a wedding, it can be for a funeral, it can be for a birthday. It can be just for nothing.
You come in and you are in the midst of
I'm in the midst. And remember, I'm also watching and learning and comparing. It's the comparisons that get you. You know, I could be in Mexico City. It's got demographics very similar to us. But there's always constant electricity. There's water. There's education. You go to sleep at night, you're not afraid. You don't hear that children are going to school kidnapped. So I've seen this, and I've seen enough, and I know enough. I've been given enough. I've trained enough to be able to do this.
How do you plan to pull this up? Because your party at the moment is not having it easy. They seem to be factionalized in the state and both at the center as well. So 2 groups. Which group is supporting you?
I think the party is supporting me. As far as I'm concerned, from everything that I've seen and that I know, legally, there's not a division. This is what I know. So my intention going into this is to be on the platform of the Labour Party because they kind of reiterate my thoughts, my wishes right now. And ultimately, I'm here for everyone. At the end of the day, it's not going to be about Labour Party or PDP or APC. It's going to be about the Edo people. It is my job right now to convince Edo people that I can do this job. I can lead us out of this unfortunate situation that we're in. It is my hope that when we get to it, everyone will be voting for me because I am qualified, I'm ready, and I'm willing.
Okay, Mr. Ikene, you are also going to tell us that you're qualified and you're going to make a difference. But you started out by saying the man you supported before, whom you helped to bring into office, took Edo State backwards. What are you going to do that is different from what you helped him do?
All right. Let me say something here. A lot of people want to be governor, and they tell you they have ambition to be governor, which is very personal to them.
You don't want to be governor?
That's not my ambition. I have a vision. A vision is always a corporate goal for everybody. Like I said, when I was his DG, I took him to the 192 ward. I took him to places as a sitting governor that he has never been to. We are not really here to discuss him. What I'm trying to let you understand is, I know the state. You first of all have to know the state you want to govern. We have 192 ward in Edo State. I've been to the 192 ward. I've been to practically every hamlet in Edo State. I can begin to give you the history of Edo State. Whether you are talking of Edo North, I have 6 local governments. Whether you are starting from Akoko Edo, what is Edo North? Where is Akoko Edo? Akoko Edo is one of the oldest local governments that have never been broken down from the time of Midwestern states. What value does Akoko Edo bring to Edo State? I can tell you what used to be there that are no longer there. So I know what is in Edo State, I know what is supposed to be there, and I know the next phase of the state we should be going to. Right now, the average man in Edo State, they are merely existing. Existence is far from them. There are no roads. Everybody will tell you I will build roads. How do you want to do it? I'll be preparing for this. I have my program for the state.
Well, if you say that you took him to places he did not know,
yes,
it means, but you know those places.
Yes.
He still became governor. Does it mean it doesn't matter what you know? It depends on what the people want.
Well, the question is, was that what the people want? Unfortunately.
You say that wasn't what the people wanted?
Excuse me, unfortunately.
How did they win?
That's where I'm coming to. As a party, you have a program. Okay? If you have a program as a party and you become a governor, who supervises your program? That's why one of my cardinal programs, I always tell people, for any person to rule Edo State, for Edo State to work, 3 things must be in place. Irrespective of the party, we must bring back party supremacy in Nigeria, where the governor sitting down will be supervised by the party.
Was it not in PDP?
It's never there. It will tell you it's the head of the party. You don't submit to any person. How do you look at your manifesto? Who supervises your manifesto, whether they're in place or not? Who do you submit to?
Is it true you left the party because you thought they had zoned it to Edo South?
Oh, that's very wrong. I'm not running zone to Edo South. No, it couldn't have been zoned to Edo South. Edo South have done 16 years. Obaseki is from Edo South. Our former governor, Chief Lucky Igbenedion, is from Edo South. So it has never been zoned to Edo South. Nobody is talking about zoning. And I'm not running because of zoning. I'm running because I'm the best fit candidate prepared for this job in Edo State.
How do you plan to defeat the other aspirants in the party? They've been tested. They've run for elections.
Do you know how many elections I've conducted? Do you know how many senators and House of Representatives?
What makes you think you can beat them to the ticket?
That's exactly what I'm saying. In my senatorial zone, I have consistently been responsible for the production of every senator, whether in PDP or the present APC.
So the kingmaker wants to be made king now?
Well, I've always supported them. I've always been there. But right now, I can tell you, if you send children on errands and they are not delivering on it, you go yourself.
That's the era you're saying it's your turn.
I am the next governor of Edo State.
No, are you saying it's your turn?
I am going to be the next governor of Edo State. That's what I'm telling you.
But I'm sure that's what Dr. Sam's also saying.
I respect her opinion. She's welcome to the race. We are not yet there. Let's sort out the issues within my party first.
Is that to say that, for instance, Pastor Yamu, it won't even scratch the surface?
Well, allow the past to be the past.
Is the past?
If you have tested people before, you don't repeat failure. So, like I say, you watch football. Every season, you see clubs buying new strikers. APC have very good players in the field. Every person in the field now, they are good players. Yamu was our top striker 4 years ago. And if the club feels that they need a striker to replace him, it's not scoring more goals as they want, they have to get in a new striker, and that's me.
You certify yourself as the striker, not the club anymore?
Well, the club came for me, and they know I'm the best striker.
Have they come for you already?
Of course.
See our primaries.
I tell you, like the forms I got for this election, the youth bought it for me. The youth of Edo State.
Not the club.
The youth of Edo State, they are the club. So they bought the forms for me because they said you must run.
But, Dr. Som, I mean, how would you find the entire scenario? Because people still talk about what do they do? How would you get, because you say Labour Party, but in terms of how the people vote and the sentiments they've got, they're still a little confused as to, are they sure if they stick with you, will you have support of, because we've seen both groups go at each other. So that concern is still there. How do they get past that stage? Even if you say you have the support of the party, but we know behind the scenes what's going on.
Well, thank you for that question. Once again, perceptions of division or disunity are often amplified for political gains. So I hope you know that a lot of this division that you're talking about is not real when you're on ground, because I've been on ground. Just like Engineer Hine here, I've been to all 18 local government areas, and I know what's happening within our family of the Labour Party. So, but moving past that, at the end of the day, every voice matters. If any one group is speaking in the Labour Party against any other group, it doesn't matter the ratios of who's speaking. It means that somebody else has something to say. What we should do is listen to each other. No one group can claim they know it all, they have everything. So what I intend to do is to gain the trust and the support of anyone who calls themselves a Labour Party card-carrying member, especially those where we are. We have to be focused. So who will be delegates?
In the event that you secure the ticket and Mr. Ekine does same, do you think you can beat him in the elections and get more votes than him?
Yes, I can. I will have to work. I would have to convince the people that I can. And we would have to put the case before the people of Edo State. So yes, ultimately I can. I'm here because I feel that I can. I can't tell you 100% that I will, because it's going to be up to the people, up to all of you to decide that. My job is to convince you that I'm the one who's going to get the job done.
So, Mr. Kine, it appears as if there's a chicken in the armor after all.
Yeah, you're right. I've heard, like I said, we are not yet there yet, but I can tell you for sure that the people of Edo State are looking forward to having me. I'm a brand in the state. Brand among the youth, brand among the old people. I'm open to everybody. And they know my program, and my programs are there. Like I said, it's a vision. I've sold my vision to them. They bought into it. And it's difficult for you to pull out a man that buys into a vision to say, oh, sorry, there's something else. They've keyed into it. They know what I want to do for them as a state.
She's got a magic wand to defeat you in the elections in the event that you secure the ticket.
Well, I can tell you today in Edo State, before somebody will say, I will defeat you, you have to look at the scenario we have in the state. Whether you sleep in Edo State, you wake up in Edo State, I don't see any party taking Edo North from APC. Not possible. Of recent, I'm from Central, where she's from. We just produced the senator from the Central, APC. Then Edo South, basically going to be the battleground. And if you look at Edo South, 4 major local governments are metropolitan. And those 4 local governments that are metropolitan are well situated in those 4 local governments. You have 3 local governments that are probably not so metropolitan. You have the Home there, you have the Oriomo, you have Ovia Southwest. I know a lot of people there, they know me. So the 4 local governments that are metropolitan, which is Oredo, Ego, Igbobafka, and Ovia Northeast, Engineer Gideon Ikine is a brand. Anytime, any day. So I think when we get there, we'll cross the bridge.
Well, Mr. Ikine, Engineer Ikine, let me just ask you this one question because of our time. Some looking at you, listening to you right now speak, will think maybe he's so confident because he has the backing of some people in the presidency. Are you hoping to leverage on some powers or influence from the federal government to win both the party primaries and the election?
Come back again.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay. Now, some listening to you would be saying, okay, maybe he's very confident that he's going to leverage on some federal government influence to get both the primaries and the primaries ticket as well as the seats of the governor in Edo State. Is that something, is that part of your political strategy?
Part of your political strategy?
Well, I'll tell you this. Election is local. Every election is local. You cannot say you want to leverage on the federal government. APC is at the center. We lost Bayelsa. What is more important in every election is that you have to feed a candidate that is very popular, a candidate that knows what to do, a candidate that can deliver for the state. So because every politics is local, Edo State as we are today, the local people, the leadership of the party want Engineer Gideon Ihine. Unfortunately for me, I will not tell you I know somebody at the center. But don't forget, when you click the ticket, it becomes a party affair. Even as much as it's a party affair, the federal government is not coming to interfere in the state. It's still the people in the state that will vote. I am leveraging on the fact that I know the 192 ward of Edo State. I can sit down here and I'll tell you I have offices and I have people on ground in the 192 state of Edo State that are willing to come out and work for me. And let me tell you the politics of Edo State. In Edo State, it's very difficult for one political party to win an election without getting collaboration from the other. Today, my value from PDP is what I brought with me to APC that was able to make us win the seat of Senate in my senatorial for the first time since 1999. That value is still going to go with me from my senatorial to the state. So if you look at Edo South, for example, and Edo North was one of my strongest hold on Edo South when I ran the last time. The people are still there. Most of them are in PDP. Most of them are now in APC. By the time my party trusts me with that ticket, I can bring both parties together and we'll run into the election and win the election. More so, the present political party, the present government in Edo State, has made PDP not sellable to anybody. PDP is not a brand. So every person
let me quickly ask a
brand they can relate to.
That's another issue altogether, Engineer Ihine. Let me quickly ask Dr. Som this one. There are those who say that poverty has been weaponized against the people. Do you see money being an issue? Do you see it playing a significant role, both in the build-up to the election and during the elections later this year?
Yes, thank you for asking that question. I have obviously been on ground, talking to the people, engaging the people. What I have seen is that money is an issue, but money is not going to be the only issue. The good news is the people of Edo State are intelligent, discerning people. So what I am seeing is a situation where, for lack of a better word, money bags are throwing money around. But what I'm also hearing from the people of Edo State is that they will vote for whoever can deliver. So the way that I see this, it's going to be up to me and folks like me who want to do the right thing for Edo State, who do not have any presuppositions going into this. We are here to convince the Edo people that together with the Edo people, we can erase this multi-dimensional poverty that we have been thrown into. So yes, money will play a role. Money is very important. Politics all over the world. I have canvassed the entire 18 local government areas. That takes money. Just moving around takes money. Getting our people sometimes to come and listen to you also takes money. I was in a place in Isako Central where folks had to come across the river to listen to me speak. each one of those people had to pay at least 7,000 naira just to get to the point where we could all talk and fellowship. But you know what? People did it. So what does that tell you? It tells you that money is not everything to the people of Edo State. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Angela Asom is the Labour Party governorship aspirant for Edo State. She says any perceived division within Labour Party is exaggerated. Well, Gino Lekene is an engineer. He's the APC's governorship aspirant for that same ticket. He's the one who thinks that, for instance, Pastor Isayamo is not a top striker anymore. But he is. He says he's the top striker and that he's going to be the one to deliver the job for his party. Well, I have to thank both of you for coming on, and all the best to both of you.
Thank you very much for having us.